Welcome back. So this morning we're seeing some of the first images as countless people are rescued by rising floodwaters and swift currents that have ravaged parts of Florida following Hurricane Milton. In the mix are hundreds of California first responders and personnel that have been deployed to Florida to assist with emergency operations to the hardest hit areas. Now, those types of rescues are not unfamiliar territory to Sacramento Fire. And this morning, we welcome in Fire Chief Chris Costamagna. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. Okay, so once California personnel are deployed to another state, what becomes your role?
Yeah, our role in another state is we're first responders all the time. So we become federalized when we leave the state, and then we will respond to whatever state needs us, like either the Carolinas or Florida right now. And then we become an asset of that state, and usually they have been taxed with their first responders, so they need help. Probably the one thing we don't do is fight fires. Everything else in search and rescue is still our responsibility, and we work with the local EOC, Emergency Operations Center, and then they help place us where they have the biggest need.
I can't even understand how tricky it might be to navigate a certain area that you're not familiar with. Because I mean, even navigating an area that is your own backyard can be tricky enough.
Yeah, things change a lot in floodwaters. You know, if you add 6 feet of water to Sacramento, it changes a lot. If you add even more in some of the states that we've seen recently in the last week with Helene and Milton. But we work with the local first responders. We talk to them. They'll tell us where their target hazards are. They'll tell us where they may have a big group of people. Sometimes we did this in Katrina. They had hundreds of people on an overpass. They had hundreds of people stuck in a hotel. So we make those our targets and help get them out.
I can't imagine. It's one thing to train for these types of situations. It's another thing to see it unfold in front of you. What are just the emotions? What goes through your head, or does it become very methodical?
I think most professional rescuers become kind of calm in a disaster.
Yeah.
That's how they're trained. I think also some of the things we don't see it unfold, right? The storm has moved through and we're there in the aftermath. If we're coming from California, we have to drive across the country with all the equipment we take.
Yeah.
So that's that. Sometimes we're there ahead of it. We've been to Puerto Rico, we've been to Texas where we were placed ahead of the storms, and then you're there in the middle of it. And it's very, it's interesting sitting through a hurricane, letting it pass over you so that you can get out and start working.
What's some of the trickiest aspects about these types of rescues? Again, we're starting to just see some of the images pour in right now.
I think what you're seeing too is a lot of what we train for, right? Some of it is just walking people out in boats, and you fill your boat up and get as many people at a time. There's high risk rescues too, where you're working with a helicopter, and these rescuers are all trained to work with helicopters, navigate floodwaters, high speed water with the boats. We've seen teams in the past have picked people off the top of a car.
Yeah.
So it's all tricky, but it's all stuff we train for. And here in Sacramento, our rescuers train all the time. We have the American River, both right here in Sacramento and the Sacramento River, but we also go up to the South Fork of the American and train in the rapids.
Yeah.
So they're good at navigating just about any type of water they're going to be faced with.
Makes sense that oftentimes when we have these disasters, a lot of folks from California end up going. No shock there. Chief, thank you so much for joining us this morning and really just providing some interesting and unique perspective on all of this.
You bet. Thanks for having us in.
All right.